Hello, and welcome to the course on military families and food security, a call to action. My name is Angela Odoms Young. I'm an associate professor and director of the Food and Nutrition Education and Communities program in the Division of Nutritional Sciences at Cornell University. As part of my position, I direct New York State Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program. The Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program is the nation's first nutrition education program for low income families and remains at the forefront of nutrition education efforts to reduce nutrition insecurity and help promote nutrition security in families and youth. The Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program is part of the Federal Extension Service. So our program is operated, as I mentioned, through Cornell Cooperative Extension, and it currently operates through 1862 and 1890 land grant universities in every state. So we're part, as well as the District of Columbia. So we're part of this national network of nutrition education programs that are operated through University Extension. Highlighting national and local efforts, the purpose of this course is both to understand as well as identify strategies to support food and nutrition security among military families. The course is separated into 5 modules. The first module is going to center on defining food and nutrition security. The second examines the multi-level factors that contribute to food and nutrition insecurity among military families. The third module highlights existing initiatives to address food insecurity in military families. The fourth module, we will examine innovative approaches to assist military families in accessing USDA food and nutrition assistance programs, as well as nutrition education programs like FNEP, and also describe the charitable food system, which is another resource that can be accessed by military families that experience food insecurity. The last module is really an interactive exercise for you to think about your local community and explore ways that military service providers, as well as cooperative extension providers, can work together to expand food and nutrition security in military families, as well as the surrounding community. So as I mentioned, that first module is focused on defining food and nutrition security. So by the end of this session, attendees will be able to define the different levels of food security, as well as nutrition security, explain the dimensions of food insecurity. So food insecurity is more than just that physiological dimension, but also the cognitive and the social. So we'll talk more about that in module 1, and then also discuss the consequences of food insecurity. In Module 2, we examine the multi-level factors that contribute to food insecurity among military families. So by the end of this session, attendees will be able to describe the prevalence of food insecurity among military families and veterans, discuss the barriers military families face to achieving food security, including the individual, interpersonal, organizational, policy, and societal barriers. And then in this module, we also explain the determinants of the barriers faced by military families in achieving food security. The third module highlights existing initiatives to address food insecurity in military families. And in this session, by the end, attendees will be able to describe the individual, organizational, and policy level approaches to support food insecurity in military families, specifically implemented by the Department of Defense and its partners. Module 4, we will explore innovative approaches to assist military families in accessing USDA food and nutrition assistance and education programs. So by the end of this session, attendees will be able to describe the benefits and the requirements of the federal as well as the charitable food and nutrition assistance programs in the U.S. So programs like SNAP and WIC, as well as the large network of charitable food providers. Primarily, this module will focus on the largest charitable food network, which is Feed in America. In the last module, we'll explore ways that Department of Defense and cooperative extension providers can work together to expand food security in military families within their communities. So by the end of this session, attendees will be able to describe resources that exist in their local community to address food insecurity in military families, identify potential partnerships and coalitions that can help address food insecurity in military families, and lastly, describe potential technologies that can be leveraged to help support and promote food security in military families. At the end of all of these modules, we'll have a closeout with a brief FAQ as well as an evaluation at the end to gain feedback on the course.